Hi everybody, and welcome back to Game and Browse. So today we're going to talk about something a little different. We don't usually do recap or review videos quite like this, but because MoGameCon was last weekend, this is our recap video of MoGameCon 2021.
And while we have been going to them for quite a while now, we've been there since basically the second one, including the junior one, which they just announced that they're going to do another junior, which is a miniaturized version of it, which is more like a kind of a swap
trade
meet.
show.
Yeah, trade show, swap meet, rather than a actual convention. But yeah, this one was just super impactful for us. Like our pickups were fine, but it was just overall a really fun time to hang out with people. And it was kind of a return to form for conventions since, well, we haven't been to a convention in what, a year and a half now? So yeah, we just felt compelled to talk about it this time.
But starting the recap of our weekend, it started on Friday night. We actually decided to splurge a little bit, so we actually got a hotel in St. Charles and we spent the whole weekend there. So after Friday, we packed up our bags and we drove to the convention center. And we got there early in the evening because we were going to set up for the game show. So the game show was something that we were going to, or we did co-host. We were asked by Chuck Shaw, who's a friend of ours, to co-host the game show at the convention. And we helped set up stuff like the TVs, the arcade board. We helped fill the gift bags that were the prizes for the game show, and we set up the buzzers. So we set up for the game show, and there was something else that we did that was important that night.
Yeah, well, honestly, I would personally call this the main reason that we went up there. So for those who haven't been following on any of our social platforms or in our Discord, we're doing a Halloween special. This is going to be on Evil Dead: Hail to the King. We both love the Evil Dead franchise. It's one of our favorite horror movie franchises of all time. Also, it's going to be the 40th anniversary of the franchise. So we wanted to do a scene that is at MoGameCon, and if you watch the video, which comes out October 1st, you'll understand why. But yeah, it worked out at the end. We didn't start filming that until like about 8:30 or 9 o'clock, so it was really late.
That's okay, just don't look for continuity in the video, right?
Yeah.
So after we set up for the game show and filmed the last part of the Evil Dead video, we made our way to Two Plumbers, where we had some ciders because they have the best cider. Like, I can't drink Angry Orchard anymore. That blech. Like, well, oh my gosh, the stuff they brew at Two Plumbers is incredible.
I mean, overall, their beer selection is great. They're a nano brewery, so everything that you can have there is specially made on site. They got a little tank facility where they brew, and their selection is just fantastic. It's super flavorful, super tasty, good. And not just that, the arcade is amazing.
Oh yeah, they've got all coin-op machines, so you don't have to get tokens or anything. It's just you just have quarters.
Yeah, they're super duper old school with the way that they handle things. Everything's pretty much a CRT. They're very authentic to the style of arcade, so it's great. And plus, it's a known commodity throughout the St. Louis gaming community. A lot of people love to go hang out there, and of course, that was where the content creators went to hang out after that first day of getting set up at MoGameCon.
Yeah, so while we were there that evening, we actually met up with a lot of local content creators. So we met Do You Nerd, we met Hey Dad Let's Play, we met Gaming Off the Grid. I finally got to meet Virusy in person, and I've talked to him many times on Twitter. And of course, John Riggs was there, who is a frequent flyer in St. Louis. He comes out pretty often, so it was great to see him again. All right, so the next day, of course, Saturday was the convention. So we woke up early and made our way over to St. Charles Community College, where the convention was. And it was really cool being able to go in even before VIP, because we were technically convention staff this year. So we got to kind of shop the floor as the vendors were setting up, which was awesome. Like, being able to just leisurely walk around and hem and haw and decide what we want was really, really cool. And we did get a lot of pickups this year, and we'll show those at the end of the video, because I know you guys are probably curious to see what we bought.
Don't get yourself too excited. It's mostly just some cleanup here and there.
Yeah.
But either way, it was cool, be able to scope things out early, because once the game show started, we were basically locked in that room for about 4 to 5 hours.
Definitely.
So it gave us a good window of time to be like, maybe I'll come back for that if that's still there.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was, sometimes it wasn't, and that's fine. It's the risk you take whenever you go to a convention. You either buy it now or you don't.
Right. The game show was just awesome.
Yeah.
So it was a question and answer kind of trivia based game show, but it had elements of other game shows. Like, there was a wheel that was spun and arcade boards that were played.
So whenever I was pitched the idea by Chuck or Charlie He compared it to Double Dare, but video game centric, because it
kind of like Double Dare meets.
It had trivia, and then it
on
had arcade challenges.
Nickelodeon. But the best part of hosting the game show was meeting my co-host, Victoria. So Victoria is also known as Red Sonja. She is on Twitch and on YouTube, and she actually holds one of the world records. She's top 10 in the world for speedrunning Cuphead, which is just incredible. But even more than her video game feats was just her amazing personality. Like, she and I vibed together so well. We spent a huge amount of Saturday together, and our friendship is definitely going to go beyond this convention, because she and I think we were just separated at birth, and I know we used that term a couple times, but just meeting Victoria and getting to become her friend was awesome. And her partner Hillary was super nice too. Hillary's cosplays are incredible. She actually ended up winning the cosplay contest for her gender bent Waluigi, and she looked amazing. But they're just a super cool couple, and we're looking forward to hanging out with them more. But so we co-hosted the game show 4 times, and the first time was featuring local content creators. So we got to meet Retro Mikey 78, Do You Nerd was there, MSU Hitman, Captain Algebra, Waves and Games. So we pitted all of these St. Louis content creators against one another, and of course Victoria and I hosted, and it was super fun to watch these content creators who of course love the same things that we all do. I mean, it's why we're there, but it was super fun to watch them all face off in the game show, and that was a very heated round because, I mean, they're like us. They live for this stuff. This is our bread and butter. So it was fun to watch them duke it out in trivia and in arcade games. And in subsequent game shows, we got to pick people from the audience to come play. And it felt like every game show was even more better received than the previous one.
Every single time that you guys did the next episode of the game show, you started to establish a meta and a canon.
Exactly.
So things to make the audience really cheer for, and it was super fun. By the end, by the 4th episode of it, it was absolutely hilarious. It was great. Yeah. We had people yelling and screaming along.
Yeah,
and we had a lot of great moments, honestly. It has probably been one of my favorite things that we've ever done at MoGameCon. Like the panels and whatnot have been cool from previous years, but this year we kind of got to have a little bit of a spotlight, and it was super fun.
It was
a really cool experience.
But yeah, we just kind of established the canon as we went, and it ended up being super duper fun. So I really, really hope we get to host game show again, and we see the game show kind of resurface in subsequent MoGameCons, because that was just a blast.
I mean, I've already got tons of ideas cooking around. I think we can truly make this special if it decides to come back.
Yeah,
so we'll see if we're invited back for that.
Yeah, but that was the best part of the con for me. So when we were finished with the game show, we went and shopped the vendor floor a little bit more, because you know what they say about conventions is the last couple hours of the show is where you get the best deals, because people just don't want to take home their stuff.
Yeah, that's where you just throw out the offer. You see someone at $50 and you're like,
would you take this for it?
Yeah, would you do 40? Would you do 35?
And a lot of times vendors, they don't want to take their stuff home, so they're willing to just kind of get rid of it.
It's a pain for some of these people to pack, especially since some of them come from other states.
Right.
Like I think there was a vendor from Louisiana was one of the locations.
There's no way he wants to park his stuff
and some of them come from at least 3 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a pretty long trip for some people. So you save them a little bit of that extra space, and they make a deal that they might not have made.
But then it was, I guess, about 6 o'clock or so, and we were getting ready for dinner. So I don't remember whose idea it was, but somebody suggested Sugar Fire, and some of the people we were hanging out with in the evening, like Adam Korlick, John Riggs, Billy McDonald, who are from Texas and Chicago and Washington, somebody suggested Sugar Fire barbecue, which is one of our local favorites. So we all piled into my car, and we took those 3 to Sugar Fire for dinner, and we got like the barbecue coffee, the coffee barbecue sauce.
Yeah, that was one of the
Adam
things that they were curious about. Like St. Louis isn't one of the barbecue capitals of the world, but
I think we do a good job.
Sugar Fire does a really good job. They have the specials and whatnot. If you're not from around here, I would say definitely go.
Definitely
there.
go.
It's a cool place to go.
You think we could pick up a sponsorship from either Sugar Fire or Two Plumbers? Because I feel like we've just talked about cider and food.
I wish.
Hey, if you guys are out there. But that was super fun piling into the car. And then after dinner, you got to tell Riggs' hotel story, which I know he told on his channel, but we were there too. And so we want to recap it also because it was so funny.
I'll have to take some footage from his because we didn't record it. Because I was actually the chauffeur. So whenever we left MoGameCon, we all piled into our car And we originally John Riggs was going to check into his hotel for the night because there was some kind of weird kerfuffle about whatever happened to the original hotel. I don't know the full story. So there was this place in which is your standard 1-floor motel. Looks a little bit,
I got Bates Motel vibes.
Dead end kind of vibes we got. Whenever we pulled into the parking lot, John Riggs himself said, "Oh, this looks exactly like the place that I thought it'd be. The place I'm gonna get murdered."
Yeah.
And so we check in, and we were even told by Riggs, it's like, if I'm not back in 5 minutes, call the cops, come searching for me.
Right.
So we finish that up. We go to Sugarfire, and we come back, and there's 3 cop cars outside the hotel.
And people handcuffed on the sidewalk. 3 people handcuffed on the sidewalk.
So it turned into one of those situations where John's like, I'm not staying here. That's nope.
So we all relocated. John checked out of the hotel, and we found them a better place to stay. They actually ended up staying with our friend Chuck, who is, of course, one of the big sponsors and people who puts on the convention. But the whole day was just hilarious.
Lots
the
of
weekend
memories.
Was great.
Lots of memories.
And
it was so fun.
It was honestly my favorite MoGameCon yet, and that says a lot considering some of the great people I've met at past MoGameCons, but I think this might have been my favorite yet. So, as promised, we are going to show our pickups, which is super rare on this channel because we don't, we're not really a pickup channel, but yeah, let's talk pickups. And we're gonna, of course, plug some more friends whose tables we shopped at. So I guess I'll start off with, this was my first pickup of the convention.
Yeah, this was actually before the convention actually started.
So I bought this, I think, from the Video Game Dad's table. They had some of these sealed e-reader blister packs. So the e-reader was a GBA peripheral that had a little card scanner in it, and you'd put these little dot matrix? I don't know, I don't think it's dot matrix, but it's like a dot code.
Yeah, I don't quite know.
I don't know, but it's like a weird dot code where you can swipe them in, and it it's like little mini games that you can play as long as your GBA is turned on. So I bought this blister pack. It was only $10, and I thought, you know what, this is just a cool shelf sitter. And I want to take a deep dive into the e-reader sometime, so I think it'd be cool to have this kind of new old stock there if we ever decide to do that.
I've always wanted a copy of Jet Grind Radio.
Yeah.
And there was this vendor down on the floor who was pretty much sitting on it all day, and they haven't sold it. So, I just came in there, threw him an offer for like 10 less bucks, and I ended up finally getting it.
Yeah.
It's not exactly a rare game, but it's just one that I don't find all the time. And it's like, I'm just finally going to put this story to bed.
So I bought these from our friend Alex Tables. So Alex Sousa, if you're in the St. Louis retro game community, he's the one with the amazing Game Boy collection. But we actually bought these. We have a video going up sometime in the future about Ita bags, which are decorative bags that you use to kind of show off the things you like. But I bought these
and stuff,
right. But I bought these because A, they would be fun to play, but also I'd like to display them on my Ita bag.
Yeah, and
they're really cool.
They're little playable games. One of them apparently doesn't work. It's being saved for parts, but it was.
Well, that's okay, because that one I'll display on my backpack.
Yeah, Mario's Cement Factory, and then there's Super Mario Bros. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're the equivalent of like Tiger Electronics games.
Oh,
so
yeah.
They're probably a bit rough around the edges.
But they are actually licensed by Nintendo, which is really cool. So I'm excited for those. One of our pickups was something common. This was something we did not have, and it's a quintessential Saturn game. And what's his name? The Daytona song guy.
Oh, Takanobu Mitsuyoshi.
Amazing song.
Yeah,
there's been many a nights where we're just like screaming the lyrics to that in your car.
Fly High.
Oh, it's
or
so
Sky
good.
High. Sky
yes,
High.
It's so good, but it was an essential, and we don't have a very big Saturn collection,
Yeah.
and we're looking to expand it. So
It'll just be a fun one to play.
We bought
on.
that from Rewind
some
Mike,
nights.
I think was his name. I feel like
yeah,
his name was
something like
Rewind
that.
Mike. I don't remember what his name was, but he said it was his son's table that he was working. But it's a boxed complete copy of Powerpuff Girls Battle Hymn. And I know games for girls are notoriously bad, but I love the Powerpuff Girls, and getting a boxed complete Powerpuff Girls game for, a really cheap price, I was excited to have it. Even if it's just a shelf sitter that I only play once or twice, it's just fun to have in the collection.
So like a quick flash through some other things, like Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which we actually just talked about in the Sonic McDonald's toys.
Yeah.
Because we're like...
we marveled that we somehow didn't have a copy of
and
the
you
best
ended up
Sonic
getting
game
that.
ever.
You ended up getting a box here. We actually got quite a few boxes.
That's kind of my thing right now is boxes.
We also got the box for Diablo 2.
Resurrected came out like yesterday. Bought it, but I haven't played it. I saw Red was streaming it the other day.
It's a bit banged up, but a box copy of Spider-Man for the PC, which I also got. You know, a handful of like manuals and replacement stuff. You know, like it's a bit sun bleached, but it's Pokemon channel. I talked about it previously on the channel. That disc that was in my GameCube, that was the only thing I had. So this will finally complete it pretty much.
So all of these little manuals and pamphlets and stuff are helping us complete games that we had that were disc in case only. And that's my thing right now, is completing old games that I had like as a kid or that I was given. I'm really on the hunt for boxes and manuals now. Like nowadays I get more pleasure completing CIB, a game that I had when I was a kid, than I do getting a new game. Yeah. Like just having those pieces to the games I love the most has been awesome. Oh, the head fell apart.
I have a copy of Gex 3, so now I have all 3 of the Gex games. Yeah. I don't have the Game Boy one, but it's whatever. So now some stuff that was on the trivia game show panel.
So if
you could have won these if you came.
You could have won these. So next time, come to game show.
It is a Square Enix membership scarf.
Right, and this is a Final Fantasy VII Remake lanyard. So these are actually from the Square Enix shop, and Charlie, I guess, had a bunch of Square Enix points, and so he redeemed them all and used them as part of the prizes for game show. But I guess that's the perk of being a host, is he let Victoria and I pick a couple of these for ourselves. So of course I'm gonna pick Final Fantasy VII R, because that was like the perk of lockdown. We played through that. Oh my gosh, we just inhaled that game. It was wonderful. So a couple other pickups. This was of course the official
shirt,
con
which
shirt.
I am wearing right here.
You're the model.
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's Final Fantasy themed, or if you're Adam, I guess it's Star Wars themed.
That is a joke coming October 1st. You'll have to see that.
The only thing left we have is stuff like
some of the really cool stuff from the
we have a VIP badge, but and then, the big thing here is, like we said, the people we met.
Yes.
We got some cool things. A lot of these are dust sleeves.
Yeah. So this is a dust sleeve from Do You Nerd?
It was super cool to find another gaming couple, interested in nerdy stuff, because, obviously that's what we are.
Yes.
I mean, whenever we sat down and started talking about our Evil Dead project, I think his name's Tom. He lit up about it, so it was super cool. And they also got this cool DK barrel bag that they make people get photos with.
We'll have to show the picture.
Yeah, if you find them on the floor anytime at a convention, go get a photo with it. I'm sure they would love it.
Super good people. And we got to meet Retro Mikey 78.
Another one of the content creators that was part of the trivia panel.
Yes, definitely. So check his channel out. We met Hey Dad Let's Play.
We also got some stickers from him
Super
as
cool.
well.
And I absolutely love how Hey Dad Let's Play has his kids do the channel art. That is super endearing. I love that.
It's very down to earth and cool.
And of course, Retro Tony, the one and only.
Yeah.
I got the Diablo and the Spider-Man boxes from Retro Tony's table.
Cool.
Oh, another thing we got from Do You Nerd. We got the little enamel pin from them.
Yeah, I forgot to show on the VIP badge we put it was an enamel pin. We've never seen anything like that.
No,
we
that's
were there.
awesome.
We had little repro Game Boy cartridges, and we were handing them out. They were magnets. They had our a little bit of a logo on them and a QR code to our channel on the back.
Yes.
But
and Maynard, I still owe you one. I won't forget. Don't worry. And of course, the business card from my now soulmate, Victoria Red Sonja. So there we go. Check out her channel for sure. She streams on Twitch. And with that said, I think that completes the pickups.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, it's not like the biggest score of the universe. I don't think anything here crosses even $60 in value.
I don't know. With the prices the way they are right now, it's kind of awful.
The highest thing on the table is Jet Grind
Radio. Right.
Like I said, it was more about the experience. It was, we got to meet some really awesome people. There wasn't any panels this year. The biggest people there were Adam Korlick and John Riggs. Both of them have over 100,000 subscribers. So it kind of almost kept things a little bit down to earth. People were focusing on the local content creators, and that's why we were able to showcase them in the trivia show, and of which, we are the small local content creator.
Very tiny.
Yeah. So.
But it was great because
it was fun to be in the limelight.
Yeah. Well, it's like the old saying, the company makes the best sauce. So we were definitely with the best people around. And we're looking forward to getting to know you guys better and seeing you at subsequent MoGameCons. So I guess before we go, that was MoGameCon 2021.
I do want to say that I am currently curating a playlist of the trivia game shows. You can go watch them if you're curious, or if you're a part of them, you can go check them out yourself. I'm also adding anybody who was there that is a local content creator. I'm adding them to the playlist as well. Just, so that way I'll share it out. And if you don't don't know anybody in the local content creation groups, you can check them out and learn a little bit more about their channel, their style, how they present things. It's just kind of a good way to get to know your neighbor kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's super fun to just be able to look back on all that footage and reminisce, and it's really cool to see the same event, but from so many different perspectives. So that'll be a fun thing to look back on as the years go on. Yeah, definitely. So be sure to stay tuned to Game and Browse, because we have our biggest project ever, our big Halloween special on the Evil Dead coming out October 1st. Not only was it the most ambitious project we've ever done, it's also the most expensive.
It cost a lot of money.
So we hope that goes over well, but we hope you guys enjoy it. So without further ado, we're going to quit rambling and we're going to sign off. So Game and Browse signing off for now. Bye.